Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. It's been a few days since I put out a video, and I've been working, and actually I spent the last 2 nights off. I've been in here cleaning. We'll talk about that more later, but give you a shop update. But I guess when they put that video, or they talked about the mail on the news, it must have got things moving, because man, I've been getting packages the last 2 or 3 days by the piles. Some of this stuff I bought a month ago. It's been that long, and it's just starting to come in. But so I got a few things to show you, and then I'm going to give you a shop update, let y'all see I made a little bit of progress. So I actually got part of where I can start using it. That's great, even though I got it piled back up, but I can use it. But I'll explain that, show it to you here in a minute. So let's get in with show you what I got in the mail, and we'll move right on with the shop and bring you a small word from the Lord. Well, as you can see, we got a different workspace here. Let me pan this out, which it's all the way out. Let me move y'all. Hold on. If y'all remember in the past video, this is my assembly table. And even though I still got stuff all over it, but right here I had that miter saw, and this whole thing was about, I ain't lying, it is 1 inch or 2 inches in sawdust where I've been using that miter saw in here. So I made a new shop rule: miter saw use is outside. We'll just set up a table out there and use that thing out there, because I spent 2 hours the other night just vacuuming off this table, and everything that was still left on it, some of this stuff here was just covered. All them drawers had full of sawdust. It was everywhere. So yeah, I spent 2 straight hours just vacuuming this table and cleaning everything off and putting stuff away. And so I got it back where I can use it. I mean, those stuff there, that's all my pocket cross, where I mail out pocket crosses. I moved that over here. I finally got a place where I'm not standing in between a toolbox and my wife's car trying to make packages up like I have been this winter. Now I got a place I can just lay everything out and hopefully not get them covered up in sawdust. So while I've got this, while I'm here, I wanted to say I've mailed off. I just mailed some yesterday, so they'll be getting to you in the mail. But a lot of people, I've mailed stuff off to them for over the past, golly, 3 weeks, and they haven't received them yet. So please bear with me. It's the mail. If you don't receive your pocket crosses, if I've told you I mailed them off a few weeks ago, if you don't receive them by the end of next week, let me know and I'll resend you a pocket cross. I can't help the mail, but I'll get them out to you. So let me show you a few things here that I got in the mail this week. First thing I got is a package from Bubba's EDC. And he has hooked me up. And he's blessed me so good, because honestly, I have mailed off that tote right there. What's in that tote will make 425 crosses once they're gone, that I've sent out or given away. So I'm not, I love sending them out. I love, people being blessed by them. I take every cross that I make or I send out. They're handmade. They're supposed to be handmade in Israel. That's from where I buy them. That's what they say, and I believe them. I mean, I've looked over there. They do have an industry of olive wood. They make stuff like that. So I anoint them all with olive oil and pray over them and send them out to people like a prayer cloth. But for all of them I've sent out, this is the first ones that I've ever received from someone else. And man, they are beautiful. Brother Brian down at Bubba's EDC, he actually hand makes these. You know, by his own hands. He's got a machine there that, let's get him out here. He's got a machine that cuts them out, then he hand sands them, you know. And he's got a laser. He put that Jesus on them. That's just so awesome. Now these are walnut. I believe these are, I believe he made them out of cedar. I'm not sure. I know the dark ones are walnut. That's the ones that I really like. So I'm gonna anoint these with some olive oil too. And I'm gonna give one to each of my family. And I appreciate that, Brian. You don't know how much I appreciate this. I know how it feels. I know everybody else talks about how it feels to receive a cross. I know how it feels too. It's just awesome, and I appreciate it. And he sent me these lanyards and crosses, which are so awesome. I want to give these out to my family too. I got a couple lanyards here. Put on those. And I love these crosses. Yeah, I don't know how, I wouldn't know how to start to make something like that. But I'm gonna give each one my wife, my 2 kids one. And the lanyards will probably just stay with me. But man, I appreciate all this. He wrote me a note which will go in the, I have a folder in there with page protectors in it, and I slide people's notes in. And then he sent me a pocket knife too. And look at this. I showed it to my wife. I was like, wow, look at that. Get the focus. There we go. Look at that wagon scene on there. It's got the horse there. If you know what that is, you'll know what kind of knife it is. Come on. If you recognize, if you like firearms, you'll recognize that horse on that emblem. That is so slick. I like that. You flip it over, you'll see the man's name himself, Samuel Colt. And it is a Colt knife. It is so neat. I love that wagon scene. Heading west. So brother, I appreciate this. And I can't thank you enough for all your gifts. It's a blessing. It really is. I appreciate it. We'll slide these over here. Oops, sorry y'all. Alright, make sure it's all in frame there. I bought some knives off of Aaron at AW Custom Designs. He put some knives up for sale. And I bought some, and I got this. It's a saddle horn. Christmas. It's got the Christmas wreath on it, but this is the first case knife I've ever had. It had the band in the middle. It's pretty cool. You can see the 5 stars there. It's 2015, I believe. I don't have my card out. It is a TB Tony Bowes 62110 Super Sport, or as they refer to it, stainless steel. That's a beautiful knife. It's going to go into my Christmas knives. We'll lay him right up there. Then he also had this. I love that case XX on that bolster. This is Bone Stag. It's a little single-bladed Warncliffe. She's a little knife. It's also, I believe it's 2015. It's either 2015 or 2005. which it don't really matter. It's a Tony Bowes 61137 Super Sport USA. It's a good looking little knife. It'll make a good little Sunday curry knife. So I appreciate that, brother. Alright, now for the few eBay finds I forgot. Let me get this one out of my pocket. I actually carried it. Most of the time, y'all know me, I buy a case knife. They usually go in the drawer, but I got it in this slip. I've got several slips, and I just wait for the perfect knife to go in the perfect slip. And this is a big old knife, and it's a pretty good size slip, and it just seemed like the perfect fit for it. But this is the case rail splitter, and it does have, you can see right there, it's got a crack on both sides on that bottom pin. Let me get this thing to stay focused. I need me a background where this thing will just stay focused on the knives. You can see that on the bottom. Other than that, I mean, this knife's in perfect shape. You see that crack there, but it is a 1974. It's got 6 dots there. I mean, it's been carried, I can tell. It's got some scratches on the blades. It's got half stops, that surprised me. Snap, snap. So you've got a half stop on the small blade there too. But yeah, 1974 case rail splitter. And going in that knife crazy. That's its forever home now. I also picked this up, and I stuck it in my Marlowe's Customs slip. So y'all can go check out his channel. He makes some beautiful leather work. And I bought this knife. It was the same night I bought them. It seemed like there was a knife sale going on Instagram, but I got this from Brother Noah over at Clark's Knives. And he's in Arkansas. This is I want to say it's a 2016. There's 4 dots. This is the whiskey bone, they call it. Trapper. I think it's a 54 pattern. Find out here. 6254. It's a CV steel. I ain't even gonna try to say it. CV steel. But that's the first one of them I've ever had. I've seen a lot of people have those whiskey bone knives, but I never had one. So when he put it up for sale, I shot him a bid on it, and he took it, and he's happy, and I'm happy. So I got those off of other. Well, I had them come off eBay. The others come off other YouTubers. Let's see, I got a couple more. Well, I got 4 more knives here off eBay. A fella up in Louisville was having a sale. He had a bunch of Primble knives, and man, I wish I could have had them all, but that's because I love Primble knives. But I wound up getting 2 of them. And these things are just about perfect. This is just like a little 2-bladed jackknife. You can see the Primble bell nap there. Well, these are good little knives. This would be like a good little Sunday curry knife too. The small blade's got a little weak pin or weak snap to it, but I think this is my first Primble whittler. You can see the 3 blades there. John Primble. Lay this one down before I cut a finger here. Yeah, it's got the 3 blades for the whittler pattern. I believe it's the first Primble whittler I've owned, so that's pretty cool. I like it. So I picked those up off of eBay. Those poor things took a ride too across country. Well, no, I'll take that back. If they went across the state. There's a pair of Primble scissors that I bought a few weeks ago. They're out of Western Kentucky. And, well, I think they're around Owensboro because it went to Evansville, Indiana, which is right across from Owensboro. Then it went to Louisville. Then it went to Lexington. Instead of coming from Lexington here like it's supposed to, they're in, I don't know, Massachusetts or somewhere. Like, why? You know, no wonder nobody, the mail system, I don't know. They send too much stuff in the wrong places. I was going to do a Frost Friday yesterday. I have a hard time doing videos. If y'all get on and check out Brother Stan's channel, he bought a whole bunch of these. It's whitetail cutlery from Frost. These stag handled knives, and he showcased all those knives, and I had to get me one. I mean, they're beautiful knives. It's got a nice thick leather sheath. I mean, it's got a good sheath comes with them. Y'all check out this stag on this knife. Oh, look at that. Ain't that beautiful? Brother Stan, I appreciate you showing off all of them that you made. I mean, that is just some awesome looking stag. Ooh, it's sharp too. What got me there? They're made in Pakistan. Surgical steel. It's a beautiful knife. I mean, it's just, can't say that it isn't. I love it. I love that stag. That is just some awesome. I mean, everything on this thing is fitted well. Even that thing there, I mean, you could thump somebody. That hurt. That's a heavy end cap there they got on that. And it's just a beautiful knife. I love it. And Stan, I'm glad you showed yours off. And man, I got another one in the mail too. So yeah, I love them, man. They're beautiful knives. Frost comes out with some good looking knives now. They've been at it for years, so they know what they're doing. And they're actually a knife that you can afford. I mean, it's a good sharp knife because it about cut me right there. I found another I got on a K-bar kick the other day. I know I showed that one. Now this thing's heavy. I mean, it is heavy. So y'all tell me. I mean, it's a BK2 Becker companion. Knife made in the USA, plastic sheath made in Taiwan. So we'll slide it out of this tube. And here it is. got the plastic on it. This thing is heavy. It probably weighs 3 times the other K-bar that I got, the tan one. And we might do a side-by-side comparison to them. Because the thing that got me about this one is when I bid on it, I didn't realize it said the item location was overseas. So it shipped from here, so I'm not sure. I mean, everything looks legit. That's kind of had me wondering if it was the real deal or not, just to be honest with you. But it's shipped from America, so. But it does, I need to get the other one out and do a side-by-side look at them. But that's K-bar I picked up off eBay. I got on Etsy. Yeah, I shop them all. I've had a couple people send me challenge coins. And I got on there and bought a few extra. I carried one of them in my pocket, but I was afraid I don't know if that paint would get scratched up or what. I didn't want to mess up my gifts. So I'm going to make me a challenge coin thing and put them in it. And I bought me one to carry in my pocket, but I bought a couple extra to give. I'm going to give one to my son and a friend of his. So, yeah, I picked them up off Etsy. And if you want to know where I got them, there's the guy's business card. And it says on the back here he makes these things. So if you got a certain, it says right there, custom challenge coins created from your design. So if you got an idea for a coin, I guess this fella, he can make you one. Alright, let's slide this. Now I know I said I was not going to get back on Whatnot, but I did. I deleted it off my phone, and then the knife doctor, he's talking about he's going to have another charity sale, and I thought, well, I'll get on there and support him. But somehow the other night I got on there. I was on there looking for somebody else, see if they had a sale going on. I just wanted to see what they had, and I looked up. I got off on one, and I wound up buying this thing. That, you can see that thing is really soft. It's one of those, I don't know where these are made at. They're made in Pakistan or somewhere. They don't have no name on them, but it's one of those little Damascus blade lock backs. I mean, it's a pretty knife. It's got some pretty steel, pretty handles and all. That file work. Actually, they had like 5 of them laying there, and I know I'd been on there earlier, and he was selling them, you know, a whole bunch of them, and I wasn't paying attention. I thought he was selling the whole line. I got to bidding, and he's like, "Which one do you want?" You know, well, hoot. I thought I was buying them all, but apparently I wasn't. So I got off on another fellow that I like watching. He's got a good clean show. That's me. You know, everybody to themselves, but I get on some of them shows and they do a lot of cussing and carrying on. I don't know. I just turned it off. I don't know. I just don't want to listen to it. But this guy, he's a good Christian fellow, and so I don't mind supporting him. I just buy too much. He had this. I don't think I had one of these, so I bought it just to add to my case stuff. It's a little case Arkansas oil stone. I bought that off of him. I bought this Rough Rider, which I really like. I'm gonna put this in my curry too. It is the old tobacco bone. That's what they call that. I collected some of them knives. I don't know if I got one or not over there. I might have one of these. I'm not sure. I collected up some of those tobacco bones when I sold. But some of these tobacco bones are from, sheesh, back 2010, around there. It's like a little mini cheetah. It's not like a full-size cheetah, but you can see there in my hand. You can wrap all 4 fingers around it. So it's a good sized little blade. And of course it's got the guards on it. It's pretty cool. I love that tobacco bone color. You can see it there. It's got that acorn shield, which I really like. Oh, come on now, focus here. It's got the RR up there in the top of the shield. So I bought that. Here comes the train. I bought a couple of these cattleman cutleries, and these are going to go into my giveaway, which is going to come here pretty soon. I got everything in finally. I finally got the other stuff from Christian book distributors that I was wanting to give away, but these knives will be in the giveaway. This is a purple trapper. It's a pretty knife. Look at that. Got that cow skull shield in it. Got the 2 thighs like a dice. Cattleman's cutlery. Other side has got the dice pins. So that's a pretty cool knife. Like I say, it'll be going in the giveaway here. Oops. Here, we'll just lay it down here. Got a little bit different boxes on these things. This would be the other knife in the giveaway. It's a trapper too. It's just a red, I don't know if that's bone. I don't think it is. I think it's just synthetic type plastic handles on it, but it's got the CC for Cattleman's Cutlery. It's got the same blades as the other one. So those 2 knives will be in the giveaway. I picked this one up because I got a good deal on this thing. He had one laid out, and I can't remember what he said the starting price on it was going to be. $49 start out. So he said the one he had was scratched. It had a big scratch on the blade. So he said, I got a brand new one here, you know. So I bid on it. Nobody bid against me. So I got this bone stag for 49 bucks, which tickled me. But then he wound up selling the other one like $1 and go because it was damaged, and it brought more money than this one. But I ain't complaining. I love it. I've got one of these, but they're different. I mean, each one is kind of like their own unique design and burn and all that on them. But yeah, it's the 6.5 Bone Stag Sodbuster Jr. I love these Sodbusters knives. So we got that in the mail off of Whatnot. He had this. It's a Rough Rider tribute to Masons. I thought it was pretty neat. A little canoe. Mason, Rough Rider. And I picked this up for the wife. It's the Rough Rider Sparkle. She likes purple. So I got her a purple knife, and I got her a little cigar box, made her an, so she can start putting her knives in, being she's starting to get some knives. So I picked that up. It's like a little copperhead design. It's got that sparkly purple, but it's real easy open. It's got like a little Warncliffe blade. So yeah, that's gonna go in her box. Just lay that there too. So, and that's that. That's my pickups this week. I got in the mail. I mean, some of this stuff I've been waiting on for, man, a few weeks. It finally come in. I got something else up there I want to show you. A few things I found while I was cleaning. Look at this old knife strop somebody made. You can see how they took their leather, tacked it to the end of this. Well, they took this board and whittled it out into a little good size handle. They got them a little eye screw in there to hang it up with. But they cut that groove back at an angle, and I guess they got that glued in there and made them a leather strap. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know where in the world I would pick that up at, but this I did a short on. A lot of people don't realize, everybody thinks of Winchester, you know, I always think of shotguns, rifles, but they also made tools. And this is a Winchester adjustable wrench. It's a number 100. And these are highly collectible. I mean, if you're out somewhere and you see a Winchester tools, and they're not priced way out there, I mean, you might consider picking them up, because you can look on eBay. Just get on eBay and look at them and see the prices. They might not be as high as they used to be. At one time, that was pretty much some of the highest manufactured old tools that there was. Like I say, they got this. A lot of people don't, you know. Let me hold on just a second. I got something else I'll show you. Figure out how to pause this. Alright. Now, when most people think about Firestone, they only think about tires. But Firestone used to make tools too. And here's a 2-bit axe. You know, double-sided axe. And you can see right there, Firestone Supreme. So, I've got some more Firestone tools. I know I got one other piece. It's in a, matter of fact, it's in a tool chest. And I'm thinking about doing a video on that tool chest one day. But, yeah, it's pretty cool. Firestone, if you see Firestone on tools, yeah, they're real. Firestone used to have in their stores, they sold tools and tires, I guess. So, it's pretty neat, all these old tool companies. And I got this, I don't know if I've already released a short on it or not. This is Smith & Wesson. See the light shining off of it. But this is a gun stock carving set. There's 12 chisels in there, and that's what this is. This is a set of gun stock carving chisels, which is a pretty cool little neat set. I've actually used these on I'm pretty sure I used this big sweep over here carving out a seat for my spoon mule, which I'll show you here in just a second. Yeah, I apologize. I should have been videoing more of me working around in here. I don't know how to make it entertaining. Let me switch this camera back around. Yeah, I don't know how to make cleaning entertaining, but I was going through boxes last night. I wasn't even aiming to go through them. I just wound up going through them and finding stuff I forgot I had, and a lot of it was carving stuff, which I've got a pile. I got to go through that here pretty soon and get that all organized because it's starting to mound up in there. All my carving knives and chisels and different things, but even books. But yeah, I'll try to do better. But I know a lot of my videos are getting way long, and hopefully I start cutting them back some, because I know nobody wants to sit there for an hour at a time looking at me. But I want to show you around the shop here a little bit, show you some of the things that I got done, and I'll show you a couple things, and we'll let you go. Alright, so this is going in. I bought me a fire extinguisher hung up here. Everybody needs a fire extinguisher. Got me a little mirror there just in case you get something in your eye. But there's the table that I got cleared off. I made that thing. It's 4 foot wide, 6 foot long. I've never finished it. The top, I was going to put a hardwood flooring on the top, make it a good solid hardwood top, which I need to do something. That plywood's soft. Or I've seen people use white, like the countertop. Is it Formica? Is that what they call it? What they put on countertops? I've seen people use white color because you can use that. You can take a pencil and draw on it, write on it, then you can just spray it, wipe it right back off. But down here, I got all those things where I got screws and stuff sorted. I'd like to make me a box there, and where I can slide each one of them in and out instead of just piling them on top of each other. And this part, I was aiming to make drawers for like a lot of that stuff that I got stuffed in those totes, but I never did. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. So, and the other side, I was gonna make it into like little cubby holes. That way I could put like different things in each one, but still got the wood pile. I ain't started on that. Over here, I cleaned off the bandsaw and piled it back up. But I'm working on it. It's all different stuff. That's just my little basket I use when I get a lot of pocket crosses going out. I just put them all in that, carry it into the post office. But some of this stuff just needs to go over here. Just empty totes and stuff I put up here, and scrap wood, and then there's some good wood for wood turning. But I did organize the bookshelf. I spent one night, because the tables, the bandsaw and the floor all around it was piled up in books, and so was that right there. But as you can see, the bottom shelf has my old encyclopedias. How many of y'all had a set of encyclopedias when you was a kid? And I'm probably going to get rid of them because I don't need them things. The next shelf is the old Time Life book series. The gray ones are the Civil War, and the reddish ones, brownish ones there are the Wild West. No, I'll take that back. It's the American Indians set of Time Life books. And those are just magazines, Civil War magazines and stuff that I bought to look at. The next shelf, I've got all my woodworking books on different things you can build, birdhouses, furniture, all kinds of little different shop projects. And over here is on books on antique tools, different tools and stuff, or like the scroll saw book, and that Clark is actually a hardware catalog from a Clark company. I found that on eBay a long time ago. The next shelf continues on with the antique tools. So these, my dad used to be a member of the Midwest Tool Collectors Club, and these are all their newsletters. And they would come out with these reproduction catalogs all the time, and my dad would pick them up. So they'd reproduce a lot of old books and catalogs, which is really neat. I mean, look at that old picture on that. Them guys, how they used to build stuff and work. So all these are actually these old catalog reprints that they produced. Here, let's show you this one right here. There's a Sargent. Some people have heard of Sargent tools, but yeah, there's their reprint of their catalog and some of the old Sargent line of tools. My dad used to have quite a few of their planes, which I think he sold to a fellow that collected them. He knew a guy that collected Sargent planes, and Dad had a bunch in the original box. But yeah, it's just old catalogs, and them are woodworking magazines. It's just, that's all they are. It's different woodworking magazines. Next shelf is all my carving books that I've got, or most of them. These are all, I got these at that half price bookstore. There's like 2 for $3, so $1.50 a piece. I bought them. I was tickled. I don't know if I'll ever do any game bird or waterfowl carvings, but I got the books. These are a whole stack of wood carving magazines, and then those are all my character-like books for like carving Santa Clauses and stuff, and you can see they're all the different book titles. And right there is mostly on carving spoons and stuff. Here's a Swiss Army book. All you Swiss Army guys out there, a Swiss Army knife whittling book. Projects you can do. But up here we got some antique books. These old ledgers. Some old books there. This is going to be my knife. I'm going to put all my knife books. There's some that I've got. I actually found one over here. It's one of the Romance of Knife Collecting handbook by Mr. Dewey Ferguson. I found that. I didn't even know it was in here. And up there I got my Foxfire books. What I got of them, I got the first 6. And the other one was my dad's. This is a book, a bunch of stuff on genealogy. I was kind of doing that for a while. Then I got just oddball books. Old catalog reprints. Books on like arrowheads, blacksmithing, how to raise sheep and chickens and vegetables and whatever else, coins. That's what that big spiral bound book is. It's a coin book too. But yep, that's I got my bookshelf at least. I got something in here at least completed. I'll walk you around. I'll show you the other side, what I got done to it. This thing here, I'm crawling around. I need that's a Harbor Freight planer. And it's locked up. So it's probably getting ready to get tossed out here, which makes some more room, which I will not complain. It's handy to have if you got rough lumber like that. You could run that through that planer and clean that right up and smooth it right out. This is a carving apron. I don't know if anybody's ever seen one. It makes a little pouch. That way when you sit down and whittle, all your stuff falls down in that pouch. I guess I could back up where you could see it. It's got that leather guard. That way you could, if a knife slips and comes back towards you while you're sitting, it won't cut you. It's a pretty cool little slip. Now I did do this. Let me get around here. I hung up, like I said I was going to, my hammers. There's those Boy Scout axes. I bought some more of those things at Lowe's, those hangers. You can get 4 hammers on a hanger. Those are bailing out. Those are bailing out. That's the one Cornbread sent me back. There's another one back there. That's a hewing hatchet and a mason's hammer. And I put that one down there. There's a couple king cutters, a Philadelphia tool company, and a no name. I got those hung up. Now, let me pan you around here and look. Concrete. Last night I just got nosy in one box, in the next box, and the next box, and I just kept emptying out boxes, and I've got floor space. You can actually see a lot of concrete now. And actually all that stuff has got put up, so it wasn't nothing spectacular, but I did get to where I can get to my spoon mule, and that's that. Let me move these saws and I'll show you, for y'all that don't know what a spoon mule is. So that's a spoon mule. It's a pretty neat little outfit. It just takes up so much room. I bought these plans. I can't remember the fella's name. He was on Instagram. He does a lot of wood carving, spoons and stuff, of course. And he designed this, come up with it, and it's pretty neat. I mean, if you like carving spoons and stuff, there's the seat that I don't know if you can tell. I carved it out with that chisel out of that gun stock carving set. But what you do, hold on, let me pause this. I'll go grab a spoon blank. Alright, that's actually a pot scraper that I used to make. I found some of them blanks. You can see it's square where you can stick it down in a pot and go around the outside edges and scrape the walls off. But anyway, you stick, do this while holding the camera. You stick that in them jaws. Let me sit down here. So you sit here and you put your feet in between these. You can open it up. Let me pull this wedge out. I need some more room here. So you stick that in there just like that, and you take your feet, you press it out, and it locks it in. Now you can sit here with your carving knife, and you can carve on the head of it. But once you get like the head done, and you want to just carve on the handle, that's what this bowl up here is for. So you can stick stuff, oops, I'm sorry. You can stick stuff down in there, and locks it in, and you can whittle away on it. So, and this is for smaller items. You can stick that in there and wedge it in. But yep, that's a spoon mule. That's what they're made for. And you can get other attachments to it. Like that attachment right there is for a drawing horse, like the big one I got over there. You can see down there's a wedge right there. I can knock that wedge out and this slides right out of this channel. You can see how that goes down in there. That's the only thing that holds it in. Then I can slide that in there, and then I take and put that foot pedal on the bottom after I get it in, which is pretty neat. I mean, you can use this one frame for several different tools. There's a homemade leather vise that I made, and it'd be easy even make one of them to go into this, because all you need is that bottom part to have a shank on it where it would fit inside this. And if I keep this thing, I might make one. Yeah, I made that. That's actually, you sit that in a chair and you put your legs over each board, and it sticks up between your knees, and you can sit there and So it's, yeah, that's what that's for. But anyway, yeah, this is, I'm getting ready to move all that out. That's going, I'm going to do a trade out in my garage. I'm going to bring my knives over and put the blacksmith stuff over till I get the spring comes and get that blacksmith shop up and going for my boy. And we got cigar boxes. We got little boy's tool bench. That crock down there was my grandmother's. It's supposed to go over in the house. I need to get it over there before it gets broke out here. We got Davy Crockett's long rifle. It's an old toy gun. There's a lot of those little boys toolboxes. That's an old little boys erector set. I'm going to go through all of them and make up a little display of the little boys toolboxes, because some of them things are pretty neat. Let me show you one. We got even some up here. As you can see, there's a little boy's toolbox, a microscope. That helmet is like a little World War I doughboy helmet for a kid. And then over there's a little boy's tool chest, that wooden one. I don't know if we can see that label or not. We'll have to get it down, show you the label inside the lid, which is really neat artwork they put in them things. But ooh, slow us down. Well, that's the shop tour for right now. Like I said, we got some more floor space. I can walk a little easier. That's always a good thing. I want to get this part back here straightened up and get my other stuff brought over here, especially my refrigerator, my coffee pot. That's what I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, it's coming together. It just takes a lot of time. Yeah, it's coming together. It's, you know, hopefully I get switched back around here. I'll have all day to work on it instead of just a few hours at night. But I can get a whole lot more done and hopefully get this thing where I can just I don't have to come over and just clean every time I come in here. That's my goal right now. I'm getting there. You know, it's like that shipping stuff. It was nice yesterday when I could just stand there and get everything out, and I'm not squeezed in between a car and a tool chest and sitting there trying to write addresses on with holding it, you know, not holding it on something, just kind of holding it up in the air with my hand. You know, it's, some of y'all probably think I got the worst handwriting in the world, but now you know why it looks that way. I didn't have nothing to lay it on to write with, write it on. But anyway, yeah, I'll get it. It's coming together a little quicker as you go along. And hopefully it'll encourage some of you all to get out in your shops and let's get these things organized. And that's to me, I hate sitting on the couch. Man, it actually hurts. I ain't gonna lie. I sit there so long, I get sore. I like getting up, moving around, and you know, you sleep better, or I do. But anyway, today we're reading out of the Bible on the phone. And you don't have to go out and buy, if you don't have a Bible, you can download one free on your phone. You don't have to pay for one. Some people love reading stuff. I use it when I need to. I'd rather have a book in my hand, but you can get about every different translation there is free. I mean, it's awesome. But today I'm reading out of James 1, starting at verse 2, and it says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. And let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." We could just talk for couple hours on that right there. Sometimes it's, he says count it joy when you're going through a trial. And I have been through a lot of trials, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been through some stuff I hope I never have to go through again. Man, well, I sure wasn't counting it as joy. I tell you that. It was hard just to keep on the firing line, like they say. It was rough. I've been through some stuff, since I've become a Christian, but it's through, it says it helps you build patience, which it does. I mean, you learn to wait on God. As trials go by, you learn to wait on God more and more. And you learn to depend on Him more and more, because you realize that really most things in life you can't handle. I mean, it's God that works everything out. I commented on a post on Facebook the other day, and it's sometimes you go through a lot of trials and stuff and things that's happening in your life, and you're like, you're right in the middle of a storm. Like it's the winds is howling, and it's lightning and pouring down the rain, and it's kind of like that in your life. It seems like everything's just going all to pieces, but you ask God, like, where are you? Help me, I need your help, Lord, and you feel like you're fighting this fight all alone, but once you get through it and you can look back, you can see where God was He was leading you right through it the whole time. I've always said that, God don't keep good people. God don't do bad things to good people. He helps good people get through bad things. I mean, a lot of people think that you become a Christian, it's like it's like a get out of jail free card, or get out of a trial free card, or everything's going to be rosy. It's not the way it is. Life is life. Whether you're a Christian believer or you're not, life is life, and it's going to happen to everybody. But we have someone we can turn to, and we have someone that we can depend on, and to help us get through some of these struggles and stuff in life. Will help us get through all the struggles in life if we just learn to give everything to Him and just turn it all over to Him, and just watch God. He'll just lead you and guide you. It makes everything a whole lot easier. I've learned that. It took me a long time because I'm stubborn, and I'm used to doing everything my way and on my own, and it took me a long time just to say, Lord, here it is. I can't do nothing. I'll give my wife for an instance. We went to Russell Springs last night. They got a bargain hunt store down there. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that store, if you got one in your area. It's just, it's discount stuff. They got like overstock stuff, and they sell it cheaper. And it's one of them places, some stuff they got they keep, but some stuff, it's just, you got to be there. If it sells out, it's gone. And they got a lot of Amazon return stuff. You can buy boxes, and sometimes you can find some really cool stuff there for cheap. But anyway, she likes it. We went down there and filled up 2 buggies full of stuff. And we was out in the parking lot getting ready to leave, and she told me, like, I'm getting ready to have another migraine. I can feel it. And, that's something other. What time we stopped at the Bread of Life on the way home. It's a restaurant in Casey County. I asked her, I was like, you sure you want to go in here? We can go on Liberty. I'm at the age in my life, I can eat a buffet or I can eat a cheeseburger from McDonald's. I don't really care anymore. It's food, But I told her, I said, we can stop, run through a drive-thru on the way home. She's like, no, let's go in and eat. So we went in there, and sure enough, time we got our food set down, it hit her full on migraine. And that's something other, I prayed to God, like, God, we don't know what causes them. If it's something other that triggers them, She can't stand like flashing lights and real strong smells. Like you go in some of these uh, primitive stores or like Bed Bath and Beyond or whatever. That ain't really that. Whatever that store is that sells all the soap. It's really strong, fragrant smells. That triggers a migraine. But yesterday wasn't nothing like that. So, I just prayed to God and Lord, there's nothing we can do. Put this in your hands and pray that you heal her, where she won't be having these things no more. And, it's just, there's some things we can't control. Some things that I can't do. There's nothing I can do about it. Just give her some Tylenol or something other, but sometimes you just gotta give things to God and let God take care of them, and pray for healing, and just believe in it. I mean, faith is what moves everything. Faith is what takes care of a lot of stuff. So, getting on with the word here. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But let him ask in faith and no doubting. For he who doubts is like a wave of sea driven and tossed by the wind. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. He is double-minded man, unstable in all his ways. Doubt is a killer. Well, doubt is a faith killer, I guess you could say. I know growing up I always heard the phrase, if you doubt, you do without. So you got to believe, If you don't believe in God can do it, then how you expect God to do it? I guess is a good way of putting it. If any of you, the Bible speaks in there, if anybody has doubt, let him pray, that God will remove that doubt. It's like Thomas, we always know him as Doubting Thomas, because after Jesus was resurrected, he didn't believe, and he made the bold statement, unless I can stick my finger in the holes in his hands and my hand in his side, I can't believe that he's come back to life. And Jesus appeared to him and stuck his hand out, here, Thomas. And, it took the doubt away from him, but, it's just, if you have any doubt at all, just pray God. Just pray that the Holy Spirit will help you overcome the doubts, because the devil wants you to doubt. The devil's going to plant that in your mind. He'll whisper it in your ears, you can't believe in this stuff, and you can't believe God will do that, or you can't believe God will heal that, or take care of this. We got to get rid of all doubt, and because the Bible says if you lack wisdom, ask of God, He'll give it to you. If you need faith, ask God, He'll give it to you. You might not like how He gives it to you, because sometimes your faith is built up through trials. So He might let you go through something, because that's how, we all go through tests. If you say you're a believer and you're full on with God, He'll let you go through some stuff, and just to test your faith and to build up your faith. And it's just encourage you. If you doubt, if you want wisdom, if you need more faith, just ask of God. He'll remove the doubts. He'll give you wisdom. He'll give you faith, and you can take that and start moving mountains in your life, getting things. Let God take care of things in your life that no man can take care of. And just, I always encourage you to pray, because without prayer, none of this is going to happen. You got to have a constant, or a good prayer life with God. A constant prayer life is even better. But I encourage you to pray, seek God, and let Him move mountains in your life. Let Him build your faith. Let Him remove all doubts, and just see what kind of great things He can do for you today. So I want to pray, and and ask God's blessings upon everybody. And Father, I come to you in Jesus' name. I hope I presented this to a way people understand. I just pray, God, that you help anybody out there that's struggling with doubt, not believing that you can actually do this or that. I pray, God, that you'll just start moving in their life. You remove that doubt. You just show them what you can do, so they'll believe and not ever doubt anything about you again. I pray, God, that you'll build up people's faith that may be weak in faith or low in faith. I pray that you just move on them and you'll help them to believe. You'll show them, God, that you're there and that you're right there with them in the trials and troubles that they're having, and God, that you love them, you care for them, and that builds up their faith and helps them have more patience in you, and that way people can also learn that it's not in our time, it's in your time, because you know the best time to take care of things and move and answer prayers. And just pray, God, you give everyone patience, wisdom, faith, and take away all the doubt that's in everyone's heart and mind that's listening to this prayer today, Lord. And I just pray, God, that you just continue to bless everyone, help us all. Lord, all those that's struggling through the winter here, just keep everyone warm and safe. I still pray for all those folks up in the mountains. I've been watching more videos and people having to live in tents and stuff through this winter. I just pray that you just move, God, and hopefully they can get these roads built back and where they can get trucks in and start getting these houses and things built back. And God, I just pray that you help those people. They really need you, God, and I just pray that you move and help them, help the people out on the West Coast too, Lord. They lost all their homes and belongings and everything to all those fires. And we just need you, Father, from coast to coast, from north to south, all across our nation, God, even out in the islands and up in Alaska. I just pray, God, that you move and help everyone, God, and you got the whole world, the old saying, you got the whole world in your hands, and I just pray that you just bless us and help us and just do only things that you can do, God. Lord, we just love you, we praise you, we thank you for everyone watching this and those that will watch this in the future. Just pray that you bless them when they hear this prayer, God, and just love you, thank you for all you're doing and all you're going to do. In Jesus' holy name I pray, amen. But yeah, I want y'all to stay tuned here. We're getting ready to have this giveaway. Figure out the best way I want to do it. I got 5 prizes I'm giving away, 5 prize packages I'm giving away. So stay tuned for that. I haven't forgot the little get-togethers at the restaurants. Winter struck and it's kind of, I want to do it, but I just don't want to do it here in the winter and be kind of a bad time for it. I have to cancel something other because of snow or ice. But we're still planning on it, and I'll give you more info here. I need to get over to the church and set up some tables. That way I can do a count on how many table spaces I can have, and then get that info out for those that's interested in setting up a table this summer at the trade day up here in central Kentucky. And I hope we will have a great day there. And I know there's a lot of people up here that was really wanting to get to go down to the knife dock show, and I don't know, I just thought, hey, we just have a show up here where the people that couldn't travel down there could come here, and we can still get together and everybody have a great day together and trade some knives, buy some knives, and be fun, So I'm looking forward to it. And but anyway, I'll just get off here. I know I've went way too long again, but I appreciate y'all that watch it, especially if you watch all the way to the end. I really appreciate it, and I pray God bless every one of you, and we'll catch you on the next video.